Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Last Days of Europe with me, Alpha Pi Omega, in Greater Germanic Reich. So in the last episode, we have actually got involved in shenanigans in Madagascar and in shenanigans in Dominican Republic, and today we're gonna continue. But before we go there, I actually wanted to check on our decisions, because there are a couple that we can take, and I would like to see what the effect is. So, first of all, there's this: secure deals with conglomerates. By exploiting our leader's authority as Hitler's appointed heir, we can secure several large contracts with important civilian and military industries to prepare in case the worst happens. So we will gain 1 additional production unit for 5 legitimacy. Okay, well that is interesting. And we can secure Berman and Marin. We still hold sway over the vulnerable garrison in Bohemia. By promising them our protection, we may quickly find the strategic outpost and its administration on our side. Well, that actually makes quite a lot of sense, but we would need 200 political power for that, and that costs 10 legitimacy, but I think that is actually a really good idea. If we get involved in a civil war, getting Bohemia on our side would probably make a lot of sense. I think that might be the thing that I would go for. Now I'm still unclear, because one thing that it says here: influence point may be spent on several buffs. However, it would be unwise to spend it all at once, as our remaining influence points could affect our starting position. So I feel like we should get as many as possible, so that we get as strong as possible and spend an extra. So if there is a limit of 100, I would go to 100, and then the moment we see that we can get more, I would get these. But that's just me, and I hope that this strategy makes sense. But the game seems to hint at that. Anyway, in Madagascar, we have been sending our units to fight with the rebels. It seems like the military state Madagascar is actually kind of going well. We might be able to conquer Tananarive, which I think is the capital, Antananarivo. Or maybe not. Well, I mean, it might be a local name. So we're gonna head there with our units and see what we can do here. Okay, the speed is now better. I guess there's better infrastructure. So we can unpause the game and let it run. What is it? Slow supplies. Yes, I understand that. That's not an issue. As far as economy goes, we are doing really good. I am actually really happy with it. We have an actual yearly... No, it's the math is a bit weird on that, but considering the inflation is so low and our nominal GDP growth is so high, and we have this big of a surplus, it should lower our debt to GDP by about 2% roughly per year, which is great actually. If our countries could do that, it would be amazing. We have no upgrade though in progress as far as our Abwehr department goes, so I think we might go with the special training forces now. I'd like to get that done, but I'm still not sure, if any of these make any sense, because if the countries break down eventually and a civil war breaks out, as you guys have hinted on, even though I asked you not to spoil it for me, thank you very much. I don't know which kind of these things are beneficial for us, which are beneficial for our potential opponents, if, it's not going to work, or what's going to happen here. I really don't know. Okay, so we have unwillingly actually joined the fight here. So what I might do here is actually push forward and then encircle and destroy this unit. Well, such a chance is not going to present itself every day. So let's do that. And oh wow, they're actually both retreating in this area, so we might encircle and destroy both of them. Well, cool. That is way better than I actually thought it would end. The Jerusalem Conference. It would seem that the tumultuous event in the Middle East after the Italo-Turkish War conclusion may yet result in some good. The Jerusalem Conference, an equal and free diplomatic meeting between the Jewish Yishuv, the Palestinian Fatah, and the Jordanian Hashemites had begun, with oversight from the now rogue Governor-General, who is apparently acting of his own merit, overseeing negotiations. With the war a fresh memory in the minds of the people of the Levant, observers worldwide bolt anxiously to see if peace in the Middle East is achievable. Possible solutions have included a partition, a Hashemite federation, and more, with some extremists even advocating for a single Jewish or Palestinian state spanning the whole of the Levant. Whatever the case, all sides hope to achieve a peaceful settlement, and the world watches with bated breath. Oh, cool. And now we can just do this. Goodbye, 2 regiments. We're doing way better than I actually expected. I guess our elite troops are really good. So what's gonna happen with the Dominican Republic? I don't know what's... Our operational strength is great. We could coordinate with them, but we're still, helping them with these things. Sending the old AI systems, well, we can't because we have none. But whatever. Oh, I like how this Garnicio in Madagascar has a base. Oh, we got base 154, we got base 190. Okay, that's not such a big difference. I was about to make fun of them, but... yeah, the terrain doesn't really hurt us. For them, it's much worse. I guess having elite troops is a way to go. So let's speed it up. Okay, this division is almost dead, and the second one has just joined. 2 divisions with 1 hit. I have not expected that. By the way, how are we supposed to take this area? I think that one might be completely off limits. Okay, one of them has been eliminated, and now the second one. How great is that? Okay. And oh, okay, so this is gonna be a much tougher one. Oh, that's a Japanese unit. So have they sent... okay, so United States of America are helping one of them, and Japanese are helping this another one. Okay, so this is not a good idea. We have to wait. Let them die on our own weapons, and we can, catch them here. There's actually a railway here. I haven't even noticed. No, it's because it's just really short here. Okay, I'm gonna take the capital. It might even lead to them giving up, I think. No joke. This is 20 victory points, so we'll see. But if this happens, I'm gonna try to encircle this Japanese division. Oh dang, have they... no, let's push them back. Okay, we finished support the Kriegsmarine. As the majority of Heer and Luftwaffe having shown nothing but disdain for Heer Speer, there is one element of the Wehrmacht which has shown an interesting level of support for Speer's agenda, the Kriegsmarine. Oh, they've been so underfunded that they can get any worse. Given how the organization is already leaning more towards Heer Speer than the other political leaders of the Reich, it would be best if we were to build upon our decent relationship with the Kriegsmarine, seemingly rewarding them for their loyalty. Okay, so defund Luftwaffe is helps with stability and political power. Okay, let's go with that. Is this a Japanese unit? No, it's not. Okay, so we'll take the capital. And they are gonna try to attack us. But they will fail. Yeah. And we'll just keep on pushing on the Japanese here. Well, it turns out this is not enough. 3 dockyards. Okay. So anything we can do, for example, with the subs, because I haven't really checked on that. Torpedoes 4 times. Nope, these are... Yeah, these are modern. So no need to do anything with them. You could get upgraded. What could get upgraded to? No, Hindenburg class. No. This is the Bismarck. What could we do with you? Secondary batteries. We're actually doing pretty good. What? We could upgrade the armor. And the guns. And that really isn't worth it. It's basically building a whole new ship. So let's not get locked into that. What about these ones? Nope. Neither of these can be upgraded. What's this? Oh, fire control system. But we don't have any better. What about the 1958 Zerstörer? 4 times 300. Okay, that's pretty good. Rapid fire guns. There you are. Okay, so I think you know what we could do. We could actually start building some screens, and this could actually benefit us because we're gonna test whether or not this is increasing our expenses. So how many cards do we have? I'm gonna put one on here and another one on here, and then we're gonna boost both to 6 so that we have always 2 made. Though how am I gonna... I need to think about this when that happens and how we're gonna affect that. Because I'll need to check before and after it's going on and the effect is gonna be. Come on, it can be serious. There, yeah, okay, thank you. Attack and defend. This has to be the strongest division they have. But good on us that we are able to push back the Japanese. That's actually a really good thing. And with that in mind, we actually have to start pushing these guys back too. Because there's no way to push back the Japanese unless we actually encircle them here. So let's just end this battle. And then pursue these enemies. So how would a fight look like here? Well, we're still winning. So that's good. Let's keep pushing on them. And let's try to... No, actually, let's wait here. We need to encircle them here. So if we can do that, that's gonna be the best way to go. We're safe here, and I don't think anyone is gonna fall back into our rear. So if we can just push them here and attack the Japanese from both sides, we could eliminate them, actually causing them a lot of harm. You have to be careful with... Yeah, no, we're gonna be fine. Okay, let's just keep them where they are. Hopefully they are not going to retreat. Oh, okay. Militaristas Madagascar has defeated the United Coalition. So that is one of them, and we are left with the Republic of Madagascar. Okay, I like that. And how's our economy doing? No difference. Okay. Well, guys, we really need to push here. I know you are almost dead as far as organization go, but we really need this to happen. Oh, come on. Come on, they don't have a commander. You can do it. Push them out. Dang it. I mean, if we can break them here, that is going to be an issue. 23. Yeah, it's about organization, so we have to just wait to regain that, regain some supply. Dang it, and that's exactly what I was afraid of. They're now attacking us here. If we don't have enough power to pull this off. Actually, we might though. Let's just pray, fingers crossed. I wish I had one extra division here, that would be so amazing. And these guys don't have enough organization. Well, they need a couple of days of worth of rest and then they can push here. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, and actually threw in the second Japanese division. No. Oh yeah, they did. Okay, but their terrain and everything is not good. Okay, we won't be able to do this way anyway. So do we own this area? We do. So if we can push them here, they will get encircled. Okay, it actually makes a lot of sense. I did not realize that. So if I can just push them... Ah, okay, so we have an encirclement going on here. Either way. Good. Good on us. Good, good, good. Okay, debt to GDP dropped. Euro surplus is fine. Real GDP growth is fine. Okay, good. Whoosh! Whoosh! And they're not getting any reinforcements, which is amazing. Ha! And the AI is actually not dumb in this instance and helping. Oh, dang it. Okay, we actually have enemies attacking us here. And I dropped my coaster. And I don't know where it is. God damn it. Ah, never mind then. Okay, so you guys unfortunately can't hold this, so retreat. And that really sucks. Because I was really hoping you could do that. So what do we have here? The Jerusalem Conference fails. Oh, what a surprise. The drums of war beat heavily on the Levant as the Jerusalem Conference has been declared by all sides as an abject failure, with the disparate groups of the Levant refusing to compromise on the issues of the day. A heavy-hearted Governor-General was forced to close the conference as both Jews and Arabs mobilized for war. What happened next is unclear. What happens next, actually, is unclear. International speculations ranges from increased insurgency activity to a full-fledged war for the region. Now, the Jewish political sphere has been turned on its head, with Irgun Vidra Menachem Begin openly calling for an overthrow of the labor Zionist order. At the same time, Georg Habash Firi calls for revolution have begun to turn more heads than ever. Ah, okay. His calls for revolution have begun to turn more heads. Whatever the case, the Levant's last chance for peace has been lost, and without it, the road ahead has turned dark and stormy. Okay, well, we need to go back here, actually, and eliminate these guys quickly. I mean, we can still push more of them with... yeah, it's not gonna happen. There are just too many of them. Okay, we finished the Attack Helicopter Company 1, which I kind of like. Helicopter Company 2. Transport Helicopter Company. Nothing really here we could do. I want to get stuff like the early industrial robotics and administrative building construction, because that helps quite a lot and helps with the coverage as well, but those are still so ahead. Let's instead get the improved anti-air equipment. Okay, so how's this going? You're actually pushing and hurting them both. So if I can manage to push them out of here, well, we're not gonna eliminate them though. But maybe they're gonna retreat with some of the units. They're going the wrong way. Robin Gill, an air traffic controller in Newcastle, noticed one of the dots on his screen had begun to move from its original direction quite suddenly. One moment it had been following a straight line to the east, the next it seemed to be headed northwest. This caught his attention, and he immediately raised questions to his superior. They looked it up and got the name of the flight, Lufthansa 302, a Junkers 152 flying from London to Bergen. Newcastle tried contacting Lufthansa 302 and asked them what they were doing. Lufthansa 302 did not respond. They tried raising the plane several more times on different frequencies that civil airlines in the Pact frequently used. Nothing. Lufthansa 302 either couldn't or outright refused to respond. The flight was still headed towards the northwest. A sudden change in direction and refusal to communicate led the flight control to one conclusion. Newcastle reported to London they believed Lufthansa 302 had been hijacked. Assailants unknown. London was shocked and ordered all outgoing flights temporarily halted while they tried to get a handle on how bad the situation was. Berlin was informed within the hour, and alarms went off as they tried to scramble fighters to intercept the aircraft. If they were flying from London to Bergen, so that would be a flight. Bergen is, here, and London is here, and they're going this way. But it would be from straight line to the. Wait, what? You tried raising from London to Bergen, and it was heading. What? It was heading. I'm on this flying straight line to the east. Okay, so it's flying like this. Okay. And it suddenly started flying this way. Northwest. Okay, so wait, was it going like this? I don't know. It's a bit weird. So fighters to intercept the aircraft. Lufthansa was horrified and gave a list of people who had bought tickets, English, Germans and Norwegians. Also was informed that some of their citizens were involved in a potential hijacking after that. They scrambled to find out where the plane was headed, trying to utilize the Luftwaffe to make contact. The Pact tried getting all their diplomatic envoys and intelligence assets in Scotland and the OFN to find out what was going on. All the intelligence they had on HMMLR was pulled over to find a possible connection, some hint of the aircraft's plans, but they still had no idea. And all they could do was watch Lufthansa 302's dot eventually fly off the edge of Newcastle's radar, still moving to the northwest. We can only wait and pray for their safety. Where are going to be heading? Well, this is Newcastle, so I guess it might be heading to the United States. Still a bit weird, you know. Still a bit weird. So nothing here that we could do now. Modern manpads. Sure, but that's 25 political points. I think that I'd rather I wait now for the moment. I think we're doing kind of good. Okay, one of these is leaving, which leads me to believe that we might have a chance here to win. Yeah, and while our units are getting all the reinforcements they need, the enemy is not. So the moment these guys leave, we can try to attack. But this is not happening. Yeah, unless we Okay, actually, why the hell are we having such plenty here? Low supply. Oh, this sucks. We had them in our grasp and it completely failed. Okay, I can still maybe try to eliminate you with a bit of luck. But I think these guys will... No, we might actually do this. Well, at least one of them is gonna get eliminated. The Lufthansa... The Mr. of Lufthansa 302. And we finished the Scout Helicopter Company. Wait, when are you? 14 hours... Yeah, I think we might do this. This is going to be really close, but maybe we'll get them. But let's read on the Mystery of Lufthansa 302. The first news of the that the Pact received related to Lufthansa 302 since its drop of the Newcastle radar was news report from Scotland. Junkers 152 has landed in Aberdeen. It said... Wait, in Aberdeen it said, and hijackers had given themselves up to the Scottish authorities. Oh, okay, so they just flew... instead of to Oslo, they flew to Aberdeen. Well, okay, whatever. Germany immediately contacted Scotland through diplomatic channels, demanding the hijackers be deported to the Pact, and that the passengers and crew be allowed to return home as well. A few hours later, Scotland responded with a flat no to any extradition, and said the aircraft had been allowed to continue to Bergen. When the aircraft arrived in Bergen that night, the passengers were taken by the Gestapo and asked to relay everything they saw or heard. It wasn't much to go on. A man and a woman pulled guns out over the North Sea, and the man in the aircraft turned to Scotland. They didn't declare any specific affiliations with any group or make statement in support of any ideology. Regrettably, several English and Norwegian citizens had agreed to stay behind in Scotland along with them. Then came the digging through all the records. The hijackers were English citizens suspected of attempting to purchase transport through the Scottish border and were being looked at when the hijacking occurred. Many in the Pact, especially in the security side, weren't satisfied. There had to be a resistance component to this, they thought. They interrogated and detained close relations of the hijackers and defectors, but they were just as shocked as everyone else. The English resistance didn't seem to step up their activity after the attack, and no other copycat hijacking occurred at the same time. As much as some didn't like it, the taking of Lufthansa 302 appeared to be the result of a desperate pair of disaffected English and not part of a wider terrorist plot. This can't be right, can it? Well, why not? I mean, people have done this in the real world, so why couldn't they in the game? Something here with the relation... Oh, okay. We could do something in relation with the tanks. Spellwiner. Okay, well. What about the Navy? Oh god, we are so behind on the Navy. In 1960, sonar sounds like a good idea. So back to the situation in Madagascar. This is a race for time. We still got 14 hours to eliminate this division. Yeah, it's not gonna happen on foot. Oh, it did! Nice! So close. Oh, and that's a whole different area. Okay. Okay, you guys are still defending. Okay, I cannot fall into the same trap as they did, so let me just send you into this area to support the unit that we have here that's taking the capital. We'll let our allies take these provinces, and we'll see if we can figure out a better push. I think it might be good if we can, for example, push them this way and then encircle them here. But yeah, we're doing quite a lot of damage. And did we get another... Yes, we did get another look for opportunities. Hope it wasn't there for a long time. So let's look for opportunities. Autobahn renewal project. Germany's famous highway system, the Autobahn, has seen better days. When Hitler took the project over in the early 30s, he greatly expanded the system to encompass the entirety of the Reich, making it the largest highway system in the world. After the Second World War, plans were put into motion to see the expansion of the Autobahn to all corners of German-dominated Europe, from Muscovia to Gibraltar and everything in between. Ambitious expansions were planned for the booming and growing cities of the Reich and were proceeding smoothly. The great economic crash of the 50s put a quick stop to everything. Funding was massively cut, making the planned expansion simply impossible. The highway has begun to decay from chronic lack of maintenance. A stack of proposals have been sent over to our desks. The paperwork details plan for a massive works project to begin much-needed repairs all throughout the Reich and on the Autobahn. Expansion plans for easily congested areas have also been mapped out. We only need to give the okay to begin the work. A tragic oversight we will repair. Okay, we're gonna spend a bit of money, but we get some infrastructure. We'll put the hair to work. Okay, instead of money, the hair would work, or there is no need, it would be a waste. Based on what we're after, I think a tragic oversight, unfortunately, is gonna increase our debt again, but I think we can handle it. The Yasuda crisis. Okay, let's read the Yasuda crisis, that's gonna be the last one, and then we're gonna call it a day. I kind of like, though, how it's going in Madagascar. I think we're bound to win. The enemy has, what, 2 to 3 divisions, and our ally has 4, and they probably got 2 divisions from Japan, and we got 2 divisions from our way. So with the continuous eliminations, yeah, we could easily probably hit them here. If we can push here, I'm gonna move my units up in the north to eliminate this enemy division, because we can encircle them here easily. The Yasuda crisis. Following the release of information implicating Yasuda holding executive as ringleaders in a corruption scheme turned murder investigation, the Titanic Zaibatsu appears to be in dire straits. When the Tokyo Stock Exchange opened earlier this morning, the floors were flooded with frantic shareholders begging for their orders to be processed first, and frightened interns carrying bits of sell orders through the chaos. Already Yasuda's holdings have entered a freefall, and the mass liquidation of assets held in the home island, Guangdong, Vietnam, and China has created an economic power vacuum set to tear the sphere economy apart. Experts predict that the Zaibatsu is on a life support, and unless Ino's cabinet can be mobilized to produce a miracle, a total collapse of the corporation can be expected as soon as next week. The Yasuda crisis. The men stood by the sill calmly and waited their turn to jump. Out with a crash. Well, hopefully Japan is gonna hit it and nosedive. I don't wish them any luck. They have tried to murder the theater, and for that they will pay. Anyway, I think we've done a lot in this episode. If not to lower the debt, well, I mean, we lowered by 0.2. We've done a lot to win the war in Madagascar, so with that in mind, we are going to continue in the next episode. And, oh, no upgrades in progress. Really? Did we finish that? We did. Okay. So, let's go with the economic department next. And I'll see you in the next one. We really need to win Madagascar. I mean, it's a symbol, you know? Symbol of the Reich's dedication to its people.